Hey guys, sorry I can't make it today. I'm fine. I should be back tomorrow. Just had to take my mother-in-law to get a CAT scan. Um, okay, so we did hyperbolas yesterday, but we did them with the center at 0, 0. So let's go through one example, and then I think you guys should be good to go. So given in this form, understand that we want to put it into a form where the placement of the numbers means something, so that we can graph it. So the first thing you want to do when you're given the form like this is to collect all the X terms together and all the Y terms together. So we're going to collect X's, collect the Y's, and at the same time, you're going to move any constants or just numbers to the other. So collecting our terms, we've got the negative 4x squared. I have no idea why that just happened. So we're going to collect the, let's try it again, 4x squared minus 24x. We're going to collect the y terms. So we'll have plus 9y squared minus 90y. And we're going to move this 153 to the other side. Before we can use completing the square, we need to get the coefficients away from the squared terms. So we are going to factor out those coefficients. So that means we'll pull out the negative 4, leaving us with an x squared plus 6x. I'm going to leave a space so we can complete the square in a minute. We can factor out the 9 from the y's, leaving us with a y squared minus 10y. And again, leaving the space. We haven't done anything to the other side yet, so we're just going to bring it down. Completing the square, remember, it's easier if you go straight to the factored form, which means we've got a negative 4x. We're going to take half of the b term, giving me a plus 3. We do it this way in case there are fractions. It's easier to see when you square it what to square. So it just makes it a little easier on you. So then we add the 9 here. Remember that what we're really doing is subtracting 36. So we're going to make sure that we do that to the other side as well. Doing the same with the y's. We've got the plus 9, y minus half of that b term squared. So in order to complete that, we're going to square the 5, add that inside our parentheses, which is 225. So we add that to the other side. And then we can simplify this. We end up with, I think that's 36. $89. Yeah, sorry, just double checking the sum of the numbers on the right hand side. So remember that our form for the hyperbolas is x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared is equal to 1, or the other way around, y squared over a squared minus x squared over b squared is equal to 1. So I need to get the right-hand side to be equal to 1, and I'm going to do that by dividing by 36. So we're going to make that right side equal to 1. And then simplifying, we end up with the x plus 3 quantity squared over a negative 9 plus y minus 5 squared over 4 is equal to 1. putting the positive term first, we have the y minus 5 squared over 4 minus x plus 3 squared over 9. And that's a form that we can use. So we're going to take this and we're going to graph it as well. So just going from the equation, the stuff that we know that the center is going to be at -3, +5. We know that my a squared, sorry, I don't know why that keeps doing that. I know that my a squared is going to be equal to 4. I don't know why the lines keep showing up, guys. I'm just going to write through them. My b squared is equal to 9. That makes a, or the distance from the center to the vertex, is going to be equal to 2. The distance from the center to the covertex is going to be 3. Remember that b squared is going to be equal to c squared minus a squared. So that makes it 9 is going to be equal to c squared minus 4, where c squared is equal to 13, giving me c is equal to the square root of 13. And that's the distance from the center to my focus. Now you can you can do the graph putting your X and Y axis in. I like to start at the center and build my axis from that. Just if you're limited on space or you're using a certain section, you can put the center right in the middle. And so that makes it -3, +5, and then put in my axes from that. So I've got my x-axis, or my y-axis, sorry. A little crooked. My x-axis is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know that we've got our transverse axis is going to be vertical. We know it's vertical because the positive side is the y side. My conjugate axis is going to be horizontal. Equations are y is equal to 5 for the conjugate axis. X is equal to -3 for that transverse axis. Then I'm going to use my A, B, and C. My vertex is going to be 2 units up. So I'm going to have a vertex at -3, 7. I'm going to have another vertex at -3, 3. My focus is square root 13 away. Square root 13 is between 3 and 4. So from the center, I go up 1, 2, 3, and a little bit. And so that's going to be at -3, 5 plus square root 13. From the center, I go down 1, 2, 3, and a little bit. So that puts my second focus at -3 and then 5 minus square root 13. My co-vertices are 3 units from the center. So that puts one at 0, 5, the other one at -6, 5. I can draw the box for my asymptotes. I kind of overshot that one, sorry. Through my vertices. My asymptotes extend from there. So my actual hyperbola I can draw at this point. The last thing we have is the equation of the asymptotes. So in this case, because we've got a vertical orientation, my slope is going to be up the B value over the A value. So, sorry, that's wrong. The A value over the B value. So we're going vertical, so 2 units up, 3 units across. So this is your A over B. Now this is our slope. In order to find the equation of the line, I'm going to use point slope form. So y minus 5 is equal to my slope, x minus -3. This is my center. It's on that asymptote. So I could use this one, I could use this one, I could use this corner, but it's easiest just to use that center. Although the one on the 0 line would work as well. So y minus 5 is equal to 2/3 x plus 2. Adding the 5 from the other side, y is equal to 2/3 x plus 7. This is the upper one. So y equals 2/3 x plus 7. I've got a slope that is down 2 here, right 3. So this gives me a slope that's equal to -2/3, doing the same thing. Y minus 5 equals -2/3 x plus 3. Y equals -2/3. Sorry, there we go. 2/3 x minus 2, adding the 5 from the other side, and we get y equals -2/3 x plus 3. So I know it's a lot. You don't have, I'm not going to assign the textbook ones today until I see you guys tomorrow. So for the rest of the period, you can do the IXL that's assigned to you in Google Classroom. You should already have done the circles and the parabolas, I believe it was. I'll double check. But I'm also going to put out ellipses and hyperbolas. So you can do those IXLs. I don't care if if you haven't finished the ellipse homework yet, you can do that during class as well. You can send me a remind message if you've got any questions. Like I said, I'm just taking my mother-in-law to a CT scan. So I should be able to get and return your messages. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys tomorrow.